Hi, my dear students. Myself, Anu Shashidharan, Academic Director and Biology Faculty of Rankings Entrance Training Academy. I welcome all of you in my new video lesson. Today, I am going to talk about Biological Classification Part 5. As you know, in the previous lessons, we have discussed the five kingdom system of classification proposed by R.H. Whittaker. As per the five kingdom classification we have seen, the organisms had been classified into five different kingdoms. Do you remember the names of five different kingdoms? Yes, Kingdom Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, and Animalia. As you know, some type of organisms, especially viruses, viroids, lichens, and prions, are not included in five kingdom classification. So, dear students, today we are going to discuss in detail about all these type of organisms. That is viruses, viroids, lichens, and prions. First of all, we have to discuss about viruses. You know, viruses are non-cellular organisms characterized by the inert crystalline structure outside the living cell. Is it clear? Viruses are actually non-cellular organisms which are characterized by the which having inert crystalline structure whenever they are outside the living cell. Okay, the term or the name viruses has given by Louis Pasteur. The name virus means venom or poisonous fluid. Viruses, first of all, discovered by a scientist named D.J. Ivanovsky in 1892 in tobacco plants. The name of the virus is tobacco mosaic virus, TMV. This is actually the diagrammatic representation of a tobacco mosaic virus. Another important scientist named M.W. Bechering in 1898 used the term contagium vivum fluidum. Do you know what is the meaning of this terminology? Contagium vivum fluidum means infectious living fluid. He demonstrated that the extract of an infected plant of tobacco can be able to cause infection on a healthy plant. Okay. Again, one more scientist named Y.M. Stanley in 1935 showed that viruses could be crystallized in structure and the crystals consisting of proteins. Dear students, structurally viruses consisting of two parts, nucleoid and capsid. Nucleoid means the genome, maybe either the DNA or RNA. Capsid is actually the protein coat, commonly seen outside the nucleoid. In this diagrammatic representation, you can see this is actually the nucleoid or the RNA as the genetic material, and this region as the capsid. Capsid means the protein coat. The individual units of capsid, we can call it as capsomeres. Is it clear? When you consider the plant viruses, they are having the single-stranded RNA as the genetic material. But in case of animal viruses, they may have the single-stranded or double-stranded RNA and double-stranded DNA as the genetic material. Some type of viruses called bacteriophage, they are having double-stranded DNA as the genetic material. This is actually the diagrammatic representation of a bacteriophage. Do you know what is bacteriophage? Dear students, bacteriophages are actually viruses that infect and kill the bacterium. Okay, structurally it's having three main regions, the head region and the tail region. In between the head and tail, there is a sheath and a collar. Okay, one of the most important bacteriophage is called T4 bacteriophage. You are very familiar. Most of the viruses are infectious, means they can be able to cause diseases in both plants and animals. Some type of diseases are mumps, smallpox, influenza, etc. in animals. Some type of plant diseases are mosaic formation, stunted growth, etc. Okay, this is something about the virus. Second one is called viroids. Dear students, in 1971, a famous scientist named T.O. Diner discovered a new infectious agent that is called viroids. What are the characteristic features of viroids? They are having or they are smaller than viruses. Okay, they are also infectious. It may cause an important disease called potato spindle tuber disease. It was found to be a free RNA as the genetic material. Okay, it lacked the protein coat. But in case of viruses, we have seen they are having both nucleic acid and protein coats. But here they are not having protein coats. Okay, hence it is called a viroid. The RNA of the viroid was of low molecular weight. Third one is the prions. Did you hear about prions? Dear students, prions are infectious agents composed of primarily of protein. Okay, they contain no nucleic acids. Dear students, when you consider the viruses, they're having both nucleic acid and protein. But in case of viroids, we have discussed they're having only nucleic acids. But in case of prions, here you can see they have only protein. Okay, they are not having any nucleic acids. They cause a variety of neurodegenerative diseases in humans and other animals. Now we are going to discuss some of the most important diseases caused by prions, especially in cattle and humans. One of the most important disease called BSE. Its full name is bovine spongiform encephalopathy. It is also known as mad cow disease. It's commonly seen in cattle. One of the most important disease in humans caused by prion. Its name is CJD, Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease. Do you know all non-prion diseases affect the structure of the brain and other neural tissue? And all of them are currently untreatable and universally fatal. Dear students, we have to discuss one more organism collectively called lichens. Do you remember the lichens we have already been discussed under kingdom fungi? Lichens are actually the symbiotic association between algae and fungi. Okay, the algal component is called phycobionts and fungal component is called mycobionts. In this association, we can see both algae and fungi have equal benefits. So, this type of association we can collectively call the symbiotic association. In this association, algae prepare food for fungi and fungi provide shelter. Okay, the lichens are the very good indicator of pollution. It's a very good pollution indicator. That means if the area having pollution, the lichens are not able to live there. This is something about the important organisms which are not included in five kingdom system of classification. Is it clear? I hope you have understood all the concepts thoroughly. I request all of you have to go through this video lesson again and again for better understanding.